that you're placing the product. You're not dragging. Don't drag like this. Just place the product. Place it around the center. Now, to know if you have hooded eyes, look at your skin around your eyelid area. If you look straight and the skin tends to fold just like this, you can see the line where it folds. This means that your eyes are hooded. What are the best colors for people who happen to have hooded eyes? The first thing you need to notice is that hooded eyes is not a problem. All you need to know is that you need to find out what exactly works for hooded eyes. Now, when it comes to hooded eyes, you want to use colors that typically would open up your eyes some more. Most people who happen to have excessive hooded eyes tend to have their eyes looking a little bit droopy, and in some cases the eyes always appear small. So what you want to do is to make sure that you're using an eyeshadow that tends to open up your eyes. In this eyeshadow collection, I happen to like most of the colors here because these colors tend to really open up my eyes when I wear eyeshadow. You want to wear colors like gold, you want to wear colors like nude, you want to wear colors that just typically tend to brighten up your eyes a little bit. That would help to create the illusion of fuller eyes. Use a full coverage concealer, and I'm going to be using the Kevin Aucoin. This concealer typically is full coverage. If you're not using a full coverage concealer, you can actually use a light coverage concealer, but in some cases, because your eyes are already hooded, you tend to struggle with having the eyeshadow get a grip very easily. You want to use either an eye primer or a full coverage concealer in order to get that quick grip, because you don't want to spend too much time pulling your skin all over the place. Now go ahead, use a small brush just like this and grab a little bit of that product. Now place it around your eyelid. You want to start from the center and then just work your way. Clean up the excess because I have excess product on this brush. I'm going to use a paper towel to blend out the eyelid. You want to make sure that you brush the entire eyelid evenly, just to spread out the products you have, to ensure that it has an even finish. Now grab your eyeshadow. I'm using the Wet n Wild color icon. You're going to need 2 brush sizes for this application. Now the first one is a fluffy crease brush, and this crease brush you want to go for the smaller size depending on how big your own eyelids are. You want to avoid crease brushes that are this big. This is too big because it will be too big to fit into the space you have on the eyelid without touching your brows. The second brush you would need is an eyeshadow brush. The eyeshadow brush typically is always going to be the smaller size. Now you're going to start with the brown color. You want to make sure that the brown you're choosing at this point is matte and it's totally without any shimmer. You're going to tap on it and then dust off the excess, and then just apply this at the outer crease area. You want to avoid coming close to the middle. You just want to focus on the outer crease area, and then gently tap this back and forth, blend it back and forth. Make sure you're not crossing the center, and make sure that when you're working, you're not using a mirror that is straight. Use a mirror that is handy on your table, like this one I have here. That way when you're looking down, you're able to see the entire eyelid and see what you're doing. And when you're doing this, you want to lift your eyelid all the way up so you can have some room to see where you're doing the application. Use the same brush to take a darker color. I'm going to be using this black. For the black, because black is so sensitive, you want to make sure that you do just 1 tap of the black color. So just 1 tap, and then you put that at the lower point in a circular motion. Doing this at the extreme end of my eyelid. I'm not dragging it out, I'm not coming in. So at this point, this is what my eyelid looks like. I'm going to use the same paper towel that I used previously to blend out all the excess product I have on the brush, and I'm going to use that to further smoothen out the edges. If you happen to have multiple brushes, that's okay, but I'm teaching with just few brushes because a lot of people watching do not have access to multiple brushes. Once you're done with that, you're going to grab your preferred color, and I'm going to be using this bronze color here. The first color at the lower bottom is what I'm going to be using, because this color allows me to have this flattering outcome, but at the same time opens up my eye because it's not too dull. Now you're going to use your eyeshadow brush to grab the product, just 3 swipes, and then you're going to start from the center. Make sure that you're looking downwards. When you start from the center, you're placing the product. You're not dragging. Don't drag like this. Just place the product. Place it around the center. Just slightly above that line. You can see this line where my skin folds. So you want to make sure that the product comes slightly above the line just on this point. I know you were enjoying that. Let me quickly take a moment and tell you about my virtual class coming up in a few days. If you're an individual looking to take your makeup game to the next level, you want to know how to glam yourself up, or if you're a makeup artist looking to upgrade your skills or learn how to do makeup from the scratch, go to my DM on Instagram at RTM Beauty and Makeup and comment the word class and I'll send you all the details. Not too high because you don't want to struggle with it when you're blending your eyeshadow. So you just tap and then place it slightly above that line, and then you gently come towards the beginning, and then you gently come towards the beginning. At this point you can see how it's looking. It's not looking like it's too much. If you do not have another brush to use for the final blending, you can go back with the same brush you used for the first two applications, and all you need to do is to grab the same paper towel and clean off all the excess. You want to make sure that you do not use the brush when it's dirty with other particles of other colors, because it's going to mix up all the colors on your eyelid and it's going to end up looking very messy. Now grab the brush, clean it entirely, and now you're going to blend in this line, the upper line where all the products end. You're going to blend that, and you're going to blend the connection between the two colors, right? So we're going to first of all do this upper line blending, basically going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you can see it's clearly faded. Want to clean the brush again. If you have multiple brushes, like I said, go all out with your brushes, but if you don't, clean the brush and then just tap on the line where the two colors meet. You can clearly see that the lines are well covered. You want to make sure that the product is not overly stretching out beyond your lower lash line. And if it happens to be stretching out, you just need to grab one wipe and then wrap it around your finger and then just clean off like this. And then it will give you that snatched outcome without taking off all your product. Once you've done this, you can go ahead to apply your eyeliner, your mascara, and your false lashes. When it comes to lashes, you want to ensure that you're not using lashes that would end up covering the entire eyelid. You want to use simpler lashes that look just like this. I hope you're going to try out this and let me know how it goes. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. If you haven't already subscribed, please do not forget to consider subscribing because I bring you gems every single week. Bye.